Good morning and welcome to today's daily cyber briefing. I'm Eliza May Austin. If you're used to having Stephen, he's not here today, so you've got me instead. Apologies. Okay, so a few interesting ones this morning. So the there's an attack exposing sorry. I hate the fact that this is live and I've just totally butchered it already. I wish I could just delete this and start again, but it's live, so I can't. So I do apologize. Okay, so I'll get straight into it. A DocuSign brand impersonation attack has been going kind of wild by the sounds of it. So there's estimated over 10,000 end users across multiple organizations. It's really early. I'm sorry. I can't speak. I don't normally sound this stupid. Probably wrong there. So at first glance, the email seems to be from a legitimate communication from inside the business. And the DocuSign link looks totally legitimate. If you're on a laptop, you can see that the sender name, the email address, the domain can be completely disassociated from the company. So it's easier to spot on a laptop apparently than on a phone. Normally, after a signee has signed a document, if you've ever used DocuSign or anything similar, you get emailed a copy of it. So this attacker is still doing that. So it still feels legitimate to the end, the victim. So they sign the document. They then get a copy of that document sent to them in a further email, and just makes them look a little bit more legitimate. The domain that they use in order to do that as well has got a trusted reputation score. It's an established domain. But on clicking the links within that email, that second email, victims are being redirected to a fake landing page designed to exfiltrate their Proofpoint user credentials. So interesting one. So if you're using DocuSign at your business and you're also using Proofpoint on ToCheck, doesn't look like it's particularly a complex attack. It's rather one that's exploiting people's trust in tools that they're using, which is absolutely something we see often. Can I just stop and go back to bed, please? No, okay. The new stealthy malware designed to hunt down vulnerable Redis servers online. This one's pretty interesting. There's estimated over 1,000 of these servers have been infected since 2021. Doesn't sound like a lot, but very, very serious, especially if it's Redis. So, yes, I'm going to read some notes out here because I'm trying to go off my own memory and it's not working. And I hope it's not because I don't have a brain. So, a new stealthy malware is designed to hunt down vulnerable Redis servers online has infected over 1,000 of them since September 2021 to build a botnet that specifically mines for Monero cryptocurrency. Interesting. So, it's being tracked as Headcrab by the company that's found it. So it's a pretty cool name, kind of like it. Don't like crabs, don't like malware either. The threat actor behind this botnet is taking advantage of the fact that Redis servers don't have authentication enabled by default. Before you scream, they are designed to be used within an organization network and shouldn't be exposed to the internet anyway. So that's what they're exploiting. This malware runs in memory on the compromised devices, so it is able to bypass anti-malware scans. So that's pretty cool. And once they gain access to servers that don't require authentication, they're issuing a slave off command to synchronize the master server under to get the Headcrab malware onto them, basically, to the hijack system. Right. This article that we're going to share, it explains some advice on what you should do, which is nice. It's really cool that they do that sometimes. So in order to defend your Redis server, admins are advised to ensure that only clients from within inside the business could access them, and disable the slave off feature if it's unused, and put it into protected mode. So that's pretty cool. A new network campaign has been targeting gaming and gambling sector, which is not a sector I'm familiar with at all. There's a big conference called ICE, ICE, in London 2023, so this year. And apparently it's sort of leading up to that. So the threat actor poses as a call, initiating a conversation with the support agent on the little chat box thing. They get on the call. The customer service at this particular company is run by actual humans and not bots. So you get through to a human, and then this attacker then uses social engineering techniques to urge the individual on the other end to open a screenshot image hosted in Dropbox. When they do that and they click on the link sent in the chat, they receive a payload that's downloaded, and then basically JavaScript file runs backdoor. It's got everything you could imagine you'd get in a backdoor. So it can enumerate various different things, processes, whatever, steal passwords, cookies, files. So there's, again, not massively sophisticated, but exploiting the human psyche there. And I think all three of those, the DocuSign one for sure, and the gambling and gaming sector one, they are exploiting social engineering. So that's kind of interesting that that's still a thing. Obviously it's still a thing. It's probably always going to be still a thing, but companies, please teach your end users. Your end users are your best defense, or maybe your first line of defense. I don't know what I'm talking about. I need another coffee. If you listen to this and you think I sound like an absolute, I don't know, like an elephant trying to have a legitimate conversation with a squirrel, if you feel like that's what you're hearing, can you please message me and tell me never to do these again, so I can screenshot it and send it to Stephen, and then he will stop me doing them, because I hate doing these things. Stephen's great at them. He just talks and everything's fine and he's totally normal. As soon as I'm being recorded, I turn into Rick Mail, like dog poo. Why am I talking about dog poo? I'm going. Have a great day. Don't hate me.